Hi there, in this video we'll be looking at this PowerZ KM003C Type C charge tester, cable tester from ChargerLAB and PowerZ. I think they somehow work together for making this particular product. So this is what it can support and test from 0 to 50 volts, 0 to 6 amps, and all sorts of protocols right in here, which is quite cool. So let's see what we have inside the box. Another box, and inside the other box, which should have the tester itself, which is a bit scratched. I cannot say I'm a fan of that, but yeah, it is hopefully just on this protection itself. So at the end of the day it doesn't matter at all, although I think it had dual protection. It also had sorts of yeah, I don't think that's how this was supposed to peel from here. Let's try and put it back, because it seems to be a screen protector, but it's not sticking nicely in here. Anyway, let's get rid of it. Yeah, it was a screen protector because it has 2 layers. Whatever, I don't care that much. So HID, not sure what that's about. Probably this is the pass-through, so you plug this into the charger and here you plug the cable and go further. And I'm not sure, probably this with this you need to connect when testing a cable, but at this point in time I'm just guessing. These are the buttons to navigate through the menu, and obviously this comes out. So yeah, for this little product I think we kind of need to read the manual, because otherwise we will just be guessing. And together with it in the listing there was this 240 watts charge cable. Yes, it's USB 2 in terms of speed, so it's quite slow, but we are interested in charging, not data speed. It has the eMark chip in it, so it's not just a dumb cable. Let's see how it looks. Okay, I must admit it's fairly thick. That doesn't mean that much. It's not necessarily that it has thick copper wires inside, but at least gives the possibility of having that. I have this which is my base use or Baseus 100 watt cable that I'm using, and yeah, it is significantly thinner. I don't have anything to test for this much, only this thingy. Might try to test it, we'll see how. We'll both be testing both of them basically. Yeah, this is a little adapter for micro USB. Video will be linked in the description for all of this, and also for this, which is a 65 watt supercharge from Huawei. So yeah, we'll see how much it can handle with this and my phone's charging, and if it can actually take more than this can at the moment. In theory it shouldn't, they should allow the same, but in case this is under spec and it's actually dropping a little bit of voltage, this might perform a bit better, just a tiny bit. We'll see all about that. But yeah, I kind of need to go online and read the manual for this thingy, because it does not seem to have one. Yeah, we could also just plug it in and see what it does, maybe just for simple power meter mode. There's nothing that we need to do to it. I will try that and go from there. First power on. Yeah, where are the keys and which one does what? Let's see, maybe this one, that one. the first one, so the first key to the left to switch to English. And now I kind of need to press on OK and scan for manual. Let me scan that. So let's scan the little QR code itself. Open link. Hopefully it will take us directly to the manual. More or less. Okay. All the documents. Let's see, like this. Isn't anything working? Or it's working but really slow? Because I wouldn't want to use Google Drive and Dropbox. Seems a bit, I don't know. English manual. Finally downloaded this thing, and I will save it to my phone. Where's the manual starting? I think in here. I need to give it a quick read just to make sure that I understand what's happening with this device. I wouldn't want to damage it in any way. So yeah. But for sure we should be able to give it an OK to pass this, and let's see. No, this one is back, so that's not what we want. It means not the last one, the second to last one is actually OK. And now it's giving us some info. I think this is what itself is drawing from the charger in terms of power. So about 25 milliamps basically. Almost nothing. So this little guy is a really smart device. Kind of extremely smart for its size. So, for example, if I connect it to this particular charger, I will link its video in the description. This charger does not stay on with really low loads. So basically this thing does not consume enough to keep the charger on. But this has a trick up its sleeve. It has a pull down resistor, and you can basically let it connected to keep this charger on. Without it, the charger would actually shut off. The only thing that I don't like, honestly, is that the buttons are not marked in any way. So if I don't use it for a little bit, I forget what button does what. But this is down, up, down, or you can consider them left, right, whatever, but it has an orientation sensor, so mostly they will be up, down, and I think this is cancel and this is OK. I do not want, if I release it, this thing most likely will shut off. I'm not sure how quickly the charger decides to shut off. It will shut off, look at it. Bye bye now. But if I connect it and keep this button pressed, or shouldn't I? This is just a tiny capacitor that keeps it on for a moment, but yeah, oopsie. If I connect it and I don't press that button, basically nothing happens. So yeah, I think we need to keep this button pressed when we are dealing with this type of charger that wants to shut down if it has a too small load on it. And yeah, you can release it or keep it. Let's decide to keep it. And to test the charging protocol, for example, you need to disconnect everything else. So it will test the charger, and if you have anything connected, you might zap them. But for me, at the moment, I don't know. Let's see, what else? Hello. It can show the voltage, it can show the current, it can show the power, the temperature. It can also show them like this. If you plug something in that wants to charge, found something that should work. This is my spot welder. I will link its video in the description. I've turned this thing down completely and basically added some insulation to it. Yeah, anyway, so let's plug it in and see what we'll get. You can see right here. So green line is voltage, blue line is current. And it will show us any variation at any point in time. And we can obviously go right here and it will show us all the data. Protocol not available, so it's just doing 5 volts and almost 2 amps. It's not using any protocol. It's just dumb USB at this point. Yeah. What else does it know how to do? I think it can also show us the milliamp hours that this thing gets, but I don't remember exactly where. So I need to search for that and be back in a second. Okay, so I think we were at this screen. We go back, hit OK, and go to create new record. And now it will actually show us what it's doing right here. But it only registers every 10 seconds. Oh, so yeah, from 10 to 10 seconds it updates the values. Maybe that's even changeable. I didn't try to do that. So at the moment, as you can see, we have 19 point something milliamp hours that went onto this thing, and it shows us also in milliwatt hours. So that's quite nice. Quite nice to see things like this. And obviously it has an extensive if I go out from there, yeah, it's still recording even if I go and play in the menu. Let's see, for example, in let's give it an OK and let's go to settings. We have a lot of display settings, for example, much more than you would expect from such a small device. And in storage, I think it's exactly about the thing that we are, yeah, that we started a new record. This you can find it in storage. And I think save interval is exactly, yeah, you can set it to whatever you want. It's now at 10 seconds. That's why it was updating only every 10 seconds. Start rule, when to start recording. You can set the minimum current where it actually considers, hey, I need to record this end rule. Again, you can set the current, you can delete all data, obviously. You can change the language of this thing. Only 2 languages at the moment. And in about device info right here. This is yeah, I know I'm exaggerating. Charging protocol I will show you just a bit later, and modules again I will show you just a little bit later. Oh no, don't end record because where was I? Here. You will see it can read the e-marker chip in a USB cable. It can read info of Apple chargers, VBus, Ripple. Let's see. Extended tool, more functions. What's in extended tool? Yeah, it can check the cable conductivity. That's actually nice. And lightning reader. Okay, but let's see VBus Ripple. Isn't this guy cute? So yeah, that's the Ripple. We can see the frequency, and that's the voltage, how much it goes up and down. This is really cool. So it's about 32.5 kilohertz and about 50 millivolts. This is nice. I'm having too much fun with such a small device, honestly. So let me get out of here. We already put about 190 milliamp hours into this thing, and here milliwatt hours. So yeah, let me check a few cables next, also a few chargers and stuff like that, and give you, I don't know, just a hint of what you can use a little device like this for around your house. And it's about 18 watts. This thing says about 20 watts, more or less, 19 watts now. And it's working on PD 3.0 protocol, which is a bit weird. I was expecting to be working on some different protocol, being a Huawei charger and a Huawei phone. We are going at about the same rate with this cable, so yeah, the base use is okay in terms of that, but yeah, we are nowhere near the 100 watts that it can actually do. And really quickly, I plugged in my S23 Ultra, but it's limited at this moment. You can see way more info about the supported protocol. I don't think it will draw more than this while I'm filming, so I'm going to try and let it without filming, and I will see how much it will draw. It jumped to about 30 watts. So this is charging with about 10 watts more than the Huawei. But this isn't also doing the 45 advertised watts, as the Huawei is not doing the 40. But still, this Samsung should be charging in an hour, and it's actually charging in an hour and 5 to 10 minutes. So it's quite close. So I don't know why they say 45 watts when it's actually charging really fast at 30 watts. That's weird. And now it dropped again because I'm filming, and it will not sustain that because it will overheat it if it's filming and also charging really fast. And I'm doing a protocol detection for this charger. As you can see, these are the protocols that it can support. I think SCP is from Huawei. Let me somehow hold this and see. So these are the variants for power delivery that it can do. Let's go higher. Quick charge. Higher. These are the variants, and these two. But what is DCP? Okay, yeah, go lower. Let's see DCP. No, that is something else, doesn't go in there. So yeah, quite a bunch of protocols that this little thing can do. And here is where it shows us all the protocols I think that it can read. Here I can go lower, I think. So no, I started from the bottom, but anyway, you can see them. So SCP is Huawei Supercharge. And obviously power delivery. Really nice device. This can also read eMarker chips inside cables and give us the specs. Let's see. So it does say it's a 50 volts, 5 amps, 240 watts cable. It thinks it's about 2 meters. Yeah, probably 1 meter. And now let's read the base use. plugged in. We are using this because this can power this thing up, so the base use cable is not connected to anything. Let's read it. 20 volt 5 amp cable, USB 2.2 obviously. So this is what this particular charger knows. Yep, this one much more. And obviously you can update the firmware on this thing. You can connect it to your computer. There are a lot of things that you can do. For me, it's no, for what I needed, that's a bit too much. I'm not that into details on this sort of thing. Let's see, I went to storage and data and see, can it display it? Or what's the point of this thing? No, it probably just shows it to you, but I think you can see it on the computer, most likely. Yeah, so for me in this case, erase all data, yep. And now if we go back, there's nothing. Cool. The buttons actually have markings on them, only it's at the back of it. So it's, yeah, you do remember them. You can check first that on the back and so that's what they do, and then you are okay. So yeah, that's about it for this little device. It has a ton of options and new ones might come at any moment with firmware upgrades. Yeah, it's really cool to see something so small that can do so much. And that's about it for the video. See you in the next one, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments.